Hello divas, dudes, and dolls. I'm Kara Couture, and we are back for a surprise bonus little season of Very Slay for Drag Race Philippines Season 3. Now, I know I said I wasn't going to do any more Very Slay content after All Stars 9 wrapped. However, the promo looks were just so good for this cast. The street food thing I didn't totally get until I saw someone point out on Twitter that it's a play on the Filipino term for street food, but also because it kind of sounds like Vogue, so they wanted like black and white, like kind of high fashion directions with it. And I think you can really see that in how classic a lot of these looks are. And I'm such a fan of a black and white look. Obviously, I know I'm just in some Sasha Velour merch today because I'm about to get in full drag and go out tonight for a little bit. So I figured you caught me before I go out and get into the full kit and caboodle, if you will. Now, if you're not familiar with the way the show works, when we get into these looks, if I think it met the brief, it got the job done, but it isn't anything novel or blowing me away, we give it an okay. If I think it smashes it out of the park and I adore it, we give it a slay. And if I don't like it for any reason, we give it an A. It's all in efforts to find each and every week's slay of the day, my favorite look from every episode, which will eventually go into a head-to-head battle against whichever look is the slay of the day for next episode for the premiere to determine which look between that one and this one will be the current title holder for slay of the season until it potentially gets knocked off by another look down the line. So I can't wait. I'm so excited. Drag Race Philippines is my favorite spinoff, so I am so over the moon about all of these new looks and these 11 new queens. Why don't we go ahead and start diving into these looks, shall we? Now, before we get started, I'm just gonna preface this now that I am a very white. Emphasis on the W on that. I'm probably gonna butcher some of these names, and I apologize in advance. I listened to the Meet the Queens videos. I tried to make sure I say them correctly, and if I miss a reference with the name, if I miss a reference with anything between their looks, feel free to correct me. Anyways, let's get into these looks. Okie dokie. First up, we have Angel, who is the biological sibling of Maxie. We will talk about it a little bit later, so that's quite fun. I'm excited about that dynamic. And my goodness, just in the personality department, you can really tell that they're related. They're gonna be loud, big personalities this season, I can already tell. And that's always fun. I really like the split half and half nature of this look, and I do like that she kind of came with the angel wings. There's something kind of Victoria's Secret angel about this that I'm here for. I do think the scale of the wings is a little odd. It's not particularly my favorite shape for them because it comes around and has the angel wing shape, but it feels like it should be a little higher up than it's placed because like where it loops around, it looks like it loops down like underneath her butt, which is a weird spot for the wings to like be coming from. But again, I'm just basing it off of this photo, and that's really the only angle I can see this at right now. I mean, I did watch the promo, I watched the video stuff. I think this is a good look. I think it is fun. I think you can definitely see her personality through this photo. And I do appreciate the fact that she matched the accessories, at least for the gloves, with the sides of the outfit. So the one black glove with the one white glove, I think that's pretty fierce. Makeup's great. She looks cute. I'm not the biggest fan of this hair just because of like how flat it is in comparison to everything else, but with how large the look is, I don't really think it's that bad of a thing. But I just am not blown away immensely by it, so I'm just gonna give it an okay. Then we have Jay Quinn, and I love the hair. I love the crescent moon aspect of this. I think that's very fun, and I really like this black and white ruffled coat. The dress underneath, I don't think really goes as much with the ruffle coat situation. You could have done maybe something a little bit different, at least with the skirt. I think the top, the bodice, the corset, I think that works just fine. I think had the skirt just been straight black, I think that would have been a little sleeker, or straight white. Either way, I think you've got enough visual interest with all of the ruffles and the different colors there that you don't need to have all the texture that's on the skirt on the bottom. I honestly just think that maybe if it had been the white skirt just plain, it would have looked a little more elegant to me. But again, not a bad look, but it's not blowing me away either, so I'm also going to give this an okay. Next up, we have John Fediaga. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Again, apologies if I'm not, but I love this. I love the gown. I love the hair. I do think that the shoulders are a little too high because she does seem like she's quite a petite little diva. And I think just the proportions, it really kind of swallows her up a bit. But the grand scale of it, I'm not mad at entirely. I think some of the detailing is really cool here. My favorite part of this, though, is the hair and the makeup. It's so pageanty. And I know pageant drag is a big part of Filipino drag culture as well, which I think is quite fun because I know like pageantry in general is such a huge thing over there. I'm a fan of it. I love a big black hoop skirt situation. And I love the gloves. I love the little nails on the gloves too. I think it's really sleek. I'm gonna give this a slay. Next up, we have Kiana, who is the drag sister of season 2 diva Hanabeshi, which I'm very excited about because I know their region is like, it's pretty specifically regional, I guess, in terms of the amount of opportunities and how small the scene is there from what I remember from Hannah in season 2 talking about it. And so I'm really excited to see another queen from her crew get an opportunity on here. And I love this. I love this look so, so much. The only thing I don't like is that I wish that it hadn't been like the panty cut with the little cutouts on the hips. I wish it would have just been just straight white with the black cone tits and the huge angular skirt silhouette with the spike headpiece, like, and the hood. There's just a really cool silhouette here, and I like the white the little coat too. I think there's something really fun about this. It's still pretty elegant, but it's also punky and fresh, and it's really clean and sleek, and I love it. And also, her eye makeup is incredible. I thought this was really cool. I'm excited for her, and I think her point of view is really interesting as an artist. Yeah, it's gonna be a slay for me. Next up, we have Maxi. The only thing that I have a problem with this look is that I think the hair is just a teeny bit small. I think it could have been just a little bit bigger, just for scale. But other than that, perfect. I love this gown. I love the fabric treatment. I love the blended dye job on these ruffles. And I love where they're all placed. It's just really well done for visual interest of like moving the details through the body. So it works well just on a design front. I'm also a fan of a sheer glove. Like, you're never gonna beat the allegations on that with me. I'm always going to be a sucker for that. And I think the nailed sheer glove works well here. Her makeup looks great. Honestly, a lot of these girls may have big competition within the cast. They may have big competition within themselves. I feel like Max's biggest competition is going to be the trademark Drag Race Philippines really bad audio balancing. Because my God, she sounds like she's underwater in her Meet the Queens video because she's so loud. But I'm excited that she's excited, and I'm excited to see what she's going to do because she's got a lot of personality and she's a great singer. So musical challenge, she's probably gonna win, I feel like, unless there's another singer in the competition who's gonna give her a run for her money and we're gonna have kind of an adored Courtney Act situation storyline going on. I don't know, who knows, we'll see. But yeah, this is a slide. Next up, we have Mix Chanel, which I thought this was very cute. Has kind of some Sailor Pluto vibes with the hairstyle here, and I love the color of the hair too. That particular kind of dark teal is really, really pretty to me. And famously, I'm not a huge fan of these like big sculpted hairstyles, but I think here this works because the bulk of the hairstyle is just a more traditional, normal hairstyle, and the heart on top is just extra. I think it's really cute. I love the pearl stone gloves. I actually really like the dress's bandanas. I think that's quite fun. It's a fun print to work with for something like this. The only thing I don't like about it is the little bit on the hip. I think it kind of just sits a little weird on her. I think it could either have had a little structure underneath it to make it work a little bit better because it just is a little droopy for me. But yeah, I love the cut of this on her, really flattering across the shoulder like that. Just the cut of the gown is really nice too. I think I'm gonna give this a slay. Then we have one of my favorite looks out of this promo because it's so ridiculous. We have Pop Star Bench, which is also a very silly drag name. And I think when I watched the Meet the Queens video, they didn't have subtitles on it. I think there was enough to get that she's a celebrity impersonator, I believe. And so if her whole thing is that she does like pop star impersonations, I think that's quite fun. But I love the cut of this dress. I love all the ruffle placements. I love the sleeves. I love a big drapey ruffly sleeve. I think they're very fun to like switch around and stuff. But I really like this a lot. I love the detailing along the very top of the dress, along the neckline here with all the little pearls. Super, super cute. Obviously, the elephant in the room is how ridiculous this TV headpiece is. But I love the fact that she's in like a grayscale makeup that kind of blends out into color. I do wish that the makeup went all the way down on the neck and it was totally carried through the look. But this is such a stark silhouette. This is such a really distinct look that is gonna really stick out. I think it's one of the more memorable ones out of the batch, just because we've never seen a queen in a promo set of looks like this, who just has a TV on her head casually and then sits there with it on it for the entire interview. I think it's so funny. So I'm excited for her a lot by this. I'm gonna give her this a slay too. Then we have Tita Baby, and I honestly think she's my pick to win, just based off of the vibe that I got from everybody in the Meet the Queens trailers. I love what she stands for. I love her energy. About the look, perfect. Top to bottom, proportion, everything is entirely correct. The neckline's incredibly flattering on her. The body's right, the proportion, the scaling, the placement of all the white bits is so correct. I love this shoulder treatment. That's my favorite part of this entire look. It's just so elegant, it's so glamorous, it's so timeless. And that's what I enjoy about her whole vibe. Like, I think she is a drag performer that her energy, you could really just kind of like pluck her out of now and put her in a different time frame for drag, and her stuff would still be successful and it would still work. Like, she has this very she has this energy to her that I really am drawn to, and I'm really excited to see how she's gonna do in this competition. Love the makeup. I love this little slick Miranda Priestley hair. It's so cute on her, and it's the perfect size of like the sculpt of how tall the front bang piece is for her face shape and for her head. Like, I'm a fan. I'm definitely a fan. She is definitely my Tita Baby, I have to say. She gets a slay. Then we have Versex, who is this little fashion diva. And I think the pieces in this look are all really interesting. But my favorite thing is the shoe. The rest of it, I don't think goes together all the best. Like, it works. Like, it makes sense in the full image. But when I look at all the different pieces together, it's just a little too many things for me, for my liking. I am excited to see what she's gonna bring in the looks department, because I am definitely a fashion girl, and I'm excited to see what she does. I wish she would have done like some sort of like little like a bandeau top or a bralette or something. It didn't have to be anything huge. Like, she literally could have taken like black tape and just like run it around her torso, or a cute pasty or something. I don't have a problem with boy body and drag. I don't know. There was just something about the way it was presented with this look that I wasn't the biggest fan of. But the rest of it, I think, is a really good look, and I love a high pony. I love this color pony on her, and her makeup is gorgeous. I did love that she talked about how she paints for like daytime, not for stage lights. So I'm curious to see how that's going to translate for TV lighting. So maybe that will be part of her storyline. Who knows? So even though this isn't particularly my favorite look, I still do think it's really successful. So I'm going to give it a slay. The more I think about it, yeah, I think that's the right choice. Next up, we have Udipota, who I love aesthetically so much. This eye shape is also really cool. I think the hair is probably the weakest part of the whole look for me. And I really like this sheer like nude illusion with the white over the top. I think it's really sleek and pretty. I don't think that the snakes were necessarily where they're placed. I think they could have been implemented throughout the look in a more interesting way, like have them kind of woven into the fabric coming off of the body, like on the arms, maybe around the leg or something like that. I think having this just huge mass like out of the stomach like it is, it's a really cool piece, don't get me wrong, but I just think that there could have been like a better implementation of it. That's really it. But I'm excited to have another alt girly on the show, and she seems really nerdy. So I'm excited about that because I love a nerdy girl. So I am gonna give her a slay also, I believe. Even though I do think there are a couple little things that could have been tweaked to just improve it that much, I had a really strong positive impression when I first saw this look. Her and Versex of the slays are like the lower ones to me. Like they're good. They're really good looks. but they're just not among my favorites. And finally, we have Zimbading Brigading from season 1's drag daughter, and I believe she's the granddaughter of Dee Dee Marie Holiday as well. I could be wrong, I think, if I remember right. I love this. I love this so much. I think the hip bustle where it shoots out like that and it's all Frenchy is really cool. I love the jewelry. I love the makeup here. It's another really cool eye shape. The hair's the coolest part though. All these braids, the gradient braids too. It's a really fierce hairstyle. Like whoever did this wig turned it out. I'm a fan. I actually really like all of the different textures in this look too, from a textile standpoint. Like I love this kind of faux fur that the bulk of the dress is made out of, juxtaposed against the leather of the corset, juxtaposed against whatever this material is on the hips and the shoulders, and then the jewelry. Like, it's hard to make a look that's all black read like this. You can see all the different types of textile throughout this. I think this is an incredibly successful look, an incredibly successful design. And she's another one that I think has a lot of really fun energy. So I'm excited to see what she does too. I know I sound like a skipping record at this point, but who cares? I'm just excited, like all of you should be, because this cast is very, very good. I'm going to also obviously give this a slay. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, it's time to pick my favorite look of the episode, my first slay of the day for Drag Race Philippines Season 3. And it's come down to a few. If I had to pick three of what were my three favorite looks overall out of everybody, I would have to say Popstar Bench, because the TV is so ridiculous. Like that TV look, that's merch. Like, does she need a merch artist to do something with that? Because like if she does, if anyone watching this wants to put me in contact with her, let me know, because I'll do it. I'll throw some art together for her very easily if she wants to slap it on a t-shirt. We can talk business. Then I think that'd be really great merch design. Zimbading, because the textures in the hair are so good, and Tita Baby. But I think of all three of those looks, the one that I would have the most fun doing as an art piece, even though I love all three of them, and I know all of the ones that I gave slays to, I have to give it to Tita Baby. I love how timeless this is. It's so elegant. It's so, like, it's gorgeous. It's such a gorgeous look. And I am particularly very excited to see more things from her, just based on how this look is, because you can tell she really knows her body. Like, that's the vibe I'm getting. She knows what looks good on her. She knows how to scale everything right proportion-wise, and that's something I'm a really big stickler about. So, congratulations, first slay of the day to Tita Baby. And we will see if it knocks out whichever look is the slay of the day for episode 1 in the next episode of Very Slay for this season. So that is going to be it for me for today. As always, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all those lovely little things. I cannot wait to dive in to this season with all of you again. Just gush about all of these incredible talents and these looks. It's gonna be so fun. I haven't been excited about Drag Race in a long time, really. So I feel really excited about doing this season for Very Slay. And so y'all got me back in. Y'all got me back in. I'm kind of feeling the vibe, but we're really close to getting a YouTube partner. Then I can start monetizing stuff, and that would be great to be able to actually start making even just like a buffalo nickel back on all the work I put in on the channel this year. But anyways, until next time, be sure to go out there, stay kind, stay queer, and make sure that your day is very slay.